I'm Makiko Toyoda. I'm a global head of Global Trade Finance Program and Global Supply Chain Finance Program at IFC. I am in Barcelona today. We have 8th Global Trade Partners meeting, and I'm joined by Dr. Mark Oban, counselor of WTO. So Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
And today, I'd like to ask you some questions about the partnership that IFC and other MDBs are having with WTO. I think WTO's leadership is pretty key to bring all trade finance community together. And then we have been working together with it for the past 20 years. This partnership has been going really well. Maybe can you tell us a little bit about the history of this partnership, how it is started, and then how it is going to be evolving?
You're right, Makiko. It's a partnership, perhaps more than a leadership, really, on the lessons out of the Asian and Latin American financial crisis at the late 1990s. We had a working group together, along with multilaterals and even the private sector, in the early 2000s, and we wrote a document improving the availability of trade finance during periods of crisis. And this is when doing contingencies like this, at least in the thinking, that we started to work together, and it became real during the financial crisis of 2007-2008, when the G20 mandated not only its members but also international organizations to put together a support plan for trade finance when there was an occurrence of a financial crisis affecting the real economy, in particular trade transactions. So we started to work at this time. There was several stages of this work up to the COVID-19 crisis, when the different institutions, in particular the WTO and the IFC, but along with the other MDBs operating trade finance programs, have shown togetherness, and also MDBs have ramped up their programs to support trade and to support traders in trade, SMEs and other traders, at a critical time, obviously.
Yes, we have come through many crises, and I think the last crisis, COVID-19 crisis, was also really a difficult one. But then, thanks to WTO's leadership, I think all MDBs published a common declaration, and then that was a great moment that we tried to support trade finance community. This is to show our commitment to the community, and then I think all MDBs, I think we are enjoying your leadership. I think we really appreciated this MDBs working group, where we have created many different task force. IFC is also enjoying working on this supply chain finance working group task force. But could you tell us a little bit more about this MDBs working group structure, how it is working?
I want to emphasize again that we are only the honest brokers. Since we are not a trade finance organization, we can only, as a trade organization, federate institutions that support trade together in this field, because they're willing to do so. And what is, I think, the cornerstone of it is our enhanced cooperation agreement of 2021, whereby our leaders have decided to work together on recognizing that trade finance is largely outside period of crisis, a development issue, which is increasing the ability of countries to support their own trade. That is to improve the diagnostic of where are the gaps, go deeper in each of the markets, to be able to direct your resources in a more targeted and a better way, and also do all the groundwork that helps structure some of the markets that need it the most, in terms of transferring capacity, transferring knowledge, transferring know-how, capacity building, and so on, activities which we are doing together bilaterally. But there are issues of, let's say, interest of all MDBs together, and for example, the fact that in our diagnostic study, we found that although in some low to middle income countries, the trade finance market was not sufficient to respond to demand, it was even scarcer to find supply chain finance. And even in those countries where supply chain trade was representing half or 60% of their trade. And hence we realize as MDBs, almost all of which had a supply chain finance program, that it might be a good time to map where the market needed to be better structured, had to have the enabling legal environment and other infrastructure for market development. And we are thinking about these things together and trying to develop knowledge among ourselves before knowledge can be disseminated elsewhere.
Yes. I think one project that we are currently doing under Supply Chain Finance Task Force is to publish this global map of factoring laws and regulations. I think this type of knowledge can contribute to the market, and then I hope we'll be able to publish it during the annual meetings of IMF and World Bank this year.
This is very important because 75% of factoring users are SMEs, and so it is a lot about SMEs trade here, and I think a lot of our members in emerging markets want to be able to have solutions available on the non-banking side or on the banking side that are supporting not only the big firms but also the integration of their SMEs into global trade.
Yes, I think this MDBs working group is going to do more projects together, and then I think WTO's leadership is pretty important for all of us to bring trade finance communities together. So I really appreciate your help, and then we look forward to working more closely with you. Thank you.
Well, we are very happy to do the work we are doing with you over time in a consistent manner so that we can all together reduce the global trade finance gaps. Thank you very much as well.
Thank you.